Hello and welcome to the Wheel to Wheel podcast with Ali and Akeem.
This is our Vegas weekly catch-up.
Akeem, the Las Vegas Grand Prix. I bet it all on red.
I bet all in black.
But in Vegas,
there's only one.
the house always wins. Car number 1 with a race win 69. Max Verstappen with 2 race wins now in Las Vegas. Dominant performance, wins by 20 seconds and falls back into the championship race.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, it's a banger of a song.
Fucking hell. I can't even gas this up, man. This has been like Max's weekend. I mean, coming off of Brazil, he didn't get to fully, get the points I needed. But
I know.
You can't make this up. You can't. I don't know who's writing the scripts for this season, but it's crazy.
Yeah.
Double.
It's crazy because it was 103, 104 points that Max was behind Oscar Piastri. Now Max is tied with Oscar Piastri in, second, third place. Let's call it second place, right? He's tied with him. And never would I thought that this would have happened. And now he's 24 points behind Lando Norris with 2 Grand Prix left to go and a sprint this week. It's crazy. I don't think anybody saw it coming. In my opinion, even though he was clawing back bit by bit, I didn't truly believe he was in it because this shouldn't be happening. Even last week, I didn't think he was in the title fight.
No.
But with 24 points and 2 race weekends to go, McLaren, what have you done? How have you let the last person you want in this title fight in? You've let him in now.
Yep. It's like sinners.
Yeah,
you let the vampires. You told them to come in. But it's so bizarre, right? Because I remember just the other day we were talking about this, and you said, "Oh, you know what? Zach Brown is just chatting the most rubbish." And this is Las Vegas. Remember, last year, he was chatting the most, saying to Max about the having the best car or whatever. And Max had to prove to him, listen, I won the race without having the fastest car. Now you're chatting rubbish again, saying all this and that, saying, oh, Lewis is the 8 times winner and blah, blah. And look at what Max done again. You should, when Vegas comes on, just stop talking.
Yeah. He's not lucky in Vegas, is he? He's definitely not lucky in Vegas. It's just, let's see. It's still in Lando Norris's court right now, and if McLaren win both championship, obviously he'll be laughing with those comments he said. He'll be thinking most proudest moment in his life. Fair enough, but I mean, you talk too soon. You want to talk once it's confirmed.
Facts. You
don't want to do it too early.
After the race. You can say after the race, you know what I'm saying? After you've secured whatever. But this is just looking embarrassing. To be honest, I think you told me it was about 9 points or something. They had to outscore Max by in this race for it to be, not possible.
I think all Lando Norris needed to do was win Vegas. Yeah, there was certain points he had to outscore him by. But we knew that McLaren weren't going to outscore Max in Vegas. We knew from previous Grand Prix in Vegas that McLaren is not a fast car.
Yeah.
But, which was weird to see, it was that they were somewhat fast. And that piqued my curiosity. I was thinking, they are weirdly fast.
I know.
And then I woke up to the news of double disqualification. I was surprised, but at the same time I wasn't. It's I was wondering why they were so fast. It's it's the plank wear that they were, I think it was 1/10 of a millimeter or something that they were
something
below.
So minute, but it wasn't even worth it, man. There was a point in the race where I did see the sparks coming out of the McLaren, and it looked like fireworks, and I was just watching it. I was like, what's going on here?
Something,
There's something there, but I never thought it would be this.
Yeah,
never.
I saw the memes of Zach Brown and the whole plankware thing is like sanding the the plank down. Also, like Lando's car being disqualified, but then it's like, hang on, there's another car that you might want to disqualify too, Oscar's car. Obviously, we don't know if that was actually legit. Obviously, it's probably not, but it's just the memes with Zach Brown and Lando Norris, the whole McLaren thing. It's just a circus.
They're funny. I'm not going to lie.
I love it, yeah. He's such a character, Zach Brown. He's just, you got to laugh at him.
And you know what's funny? He's not even the team principal.
You know I know. I've never seen a CEO get that much airtime.
You know what I mean? Him and Daddy Stroll. Even Daddy Stroll's alright.
He's not about,
He's not about like that. He keeps it moving, you know? But Zach Brown, he wants to be there.
He wants to be in the limelight. Let's go over to the championship fight. With McLaren's double DNF, Max's win, this championship fight has become very tasty. I know. As I mentioned earlier, with 2 Grand Prix and a sprint to go, it's all to play for.
And McLaren has just made it even tastier. Because you know what's funny, right? They say at the beginning of the season, they want a boring season in terms of the results. They want to be able to just win all these races. But look at what they done. They made it this tasty now. Like, this is no fault but their own. I mean, at one point, Oscar looked so like far ahead, just to entertain the idea that somehow in Las Vegas, Max is going to be tied with Oscar. We wouldn't even comprehend that.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, but also, I don't think anybody saw, like, I somewhat saw it, but I didn't see it to this level. But to see Piastri sort of fumble the bag as well. We've seen Piastri have a massive drop-off. We've seen Max come back into this championship fight. 2 things I don't think most people didn't see coming, which is crazy. Like, this championship fight is delivering now. It wasn't for most of the season, but now it is, because McLaren was just making it such a boring campaign between their 2 drivers that you can fight, but don't fight. It's like, okay, but which is it, you know? And now it's become this whole messy situation that even Zach Brown and Andrea Stella is just thinking, what have we done? What have we done at this point? It's like, okay, now it's not only just a championship fight between our 2 drivers. It's not a team fight. It's now you're bringing in a monster and Max Verstappen. Yeah, it's just it's a royal F up from McLaren, and the only way they're gonna rectify it is if Lando outscores both of them, because they're both tied on the same points by 3 points, and Lando can actually be crowned F1 drivers champion in Qatar. But can he do it? Now, this is a different type of pressure now. He was kind of comfortable, smooth sailing, even with his P2, which is a fantastic result if disqualification didn't happen. Now we're in a situation that Lando's gonna be feeling the pressure. Now it's because, you know, when you see something in your sight, you can almost grab it. All these thoughts and pressure just hits harder. Can Lando Norris seal it? Do you believe he can seal it in Qatar, or do you think there's going to be a twist in the tail?
You know what? Lando is a different beast. The reason why I say this, is like, it's that whole escapade going into turn 1. My guy went straight in front of Max, and he was just not going to have it. And that was interesting, because I was like, he's really changed his mentality a little bit. So I don't want to speak too early on it, right? But the way it's looking right now, it looks like a different Lando, innit? So I want to say, first and foremost, Qatar is going to be a very, very interesting show.
It will be really good.
And it's a sprint.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to Qatar at the end. But I also think, you know, I've been betting on this guy a little bit over the past couple race weekends, and he hasn't been delivering. But I actually do believe we're going to see a bit of a resurgence from Oscar Piastri, which I believe is going to be the twist in the tail.
Say it with chest.
Oscar, I believe in you, and I know you're going to deliver in Qatar and Abu Dhabi.
Say it with chest.
I'm not going to say it with chest because I'm still obviously going to be back in Max in it, but I do believe that Piastri is going to come back into this. I think he's going to perform better because we're now in 2 circuits where McLaren are strong, and it's a track that suits Oscar's driving style. It's more of a grippier track. We've obviously had the non-grippier tracks, which weren't suiting Oscar, and historically we've seen it over the past couple seasons there. Oscar just doesn't perform well in that part of the season. Now with Qatar and Abu Dhabi last season, we'll excuse him because obviously Max hit into him in turn 1. But I think he's going to make a little comeback, and I think he's going to make it a bit difficult for Lando Norris as well. Because I bet you, internally, Piastri would rather have Max win the championship than Lando.
Yeah. You don't want your teammate to. You don't want your teammate to win. Like it's a hard thing to say, but it's true. I think even Lando would rather lose to Max than lose to.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, these two, they and Max is right there. He's like, yeah, guys, you know,
I'm ready to take anything you give me. Which he did in Vegas, but it's gonna be spicy and it'll be a good one.
Yeah.
Let's go to another more brighter note, which was your W of the week actually, Kimi Antonelli.
Oh yeah,
with a world-class drive. He went from P17 to P3. It was P5 without the McLaren double disqualifications and plus his 5-second penalty, which we'll get onto. It was a rolling start thing. He did an early pit stop.
Yeah, which is crazy.
On hard tires all the way to the end all the way for lap 48. 48 laps he did a long stint. And he had the pace. He had the pace to keep Oscar behind and Leclerc behind. But also catch up to George. We know that George had some issues. But what a drive from him.
Yeah, facts. And you know what? I remember watching him on the softs and I was just like, what's going on here? You know what I'm saying? I was like, this boy's race is already, you know, in shambles from the very beginning. Yeah. Why would you put him on softs for?
But the virtual safety car, it was almost like the same tactic that Max did in Brazil, where there was an early safety car and just quickly got rid of his hards and just got on a better tire and just made some grounds that way. And he did the same. He went on the hards and doesn't have to pit again. Probably gained 20 seconds of pit stop on other drivers. Brilliant job. And I think we're starting to see the hype about Kimi Antonelli.
Yeah, we're starting to see it. And I like that. You know what I'm saying? Kimi, he's getting his groove on. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a part of me that did want to see the whole George and Max thing if my fantasy Mercedes team was to come alive. However, Kimi and Max ain't too bad.
you seen the little friendship romance going on.
But I like their little relationship.
Father and son relationship.
But if they're teammates, that's gone.
Yeah, of course it's gone. I don't think Max will leave. I think he's in a good place, and I don't want to derail this, but yeah, for me, I don't think Max will leave Red Bull. I think he knows what he's got there. It's a team that he can call his own and call the shots.
We need to see 26 how it starts off. Really, I mean, I don't want to, talk too soon, but
let's go back over to Kimi for a second because did you see his start? Got a 5 seconds penalty for that.
Yeah, it was really minor. Like
I couldn't see it on first time. On first glance, I did not see it.
You wouldn't. They in the commentary said that you wouldn't see it. You actually have to proper like.
I just saw the tiniest bit of the wheels spinning, just the tiniest, and I thought, five.
But that
it didn't even really move, and he got such a terrible start.
He didn't even get good. He didn't even get an advantage. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But I guess I mean.
Rules are rules, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
It was sad, but even with a 5 second penalty... Huh?
Half a millimeter.
Yeah. But even with the 5 second penalty, he still finished at the podium. So, well done to Kimi Antonelli. Like, you are really showing the levels. You're proving me wrong, because I was a bit of a doubter for Kimi, especially during that European part of the season. Did not really score any points. I was just thinking, what did people... He wasn't an F2 champion. It was all about Bortoleto and Ajar. But fair play. He's taken that Mercedes to where it actually belongs, to be competing with podiums. That's what we wanted to see.
Do you feel like it's the tracks as well? I mean, Vegas is not really a hard track as well, to be fair.
It isn't. But Brazil was a great drive for him.
Yeah.
And he finished P2 on both sprint and...
Do you think it's track dependent?
It could be. It could be. Let's see what Qatar and Abu Dhabi, because they're a bit more of a traditional tracks. So if he finishes the season like he's
top 5,
he could be. I think he might even just take best rookie if he finishes it strong.
Damn. And speaking of best rookie, the guy who he took over at Mercedes, on the other side of the of the field. His comments are, man, they're getting harsh, man.
It's becoming one of those things where like it kind of catches you off guard of like, oh crap, Lewis is saying something like really dark and deep here, but at the same time it's like, Lewis has said something dark and deep again. It's just, I get it. You're struggling, and it's a season to forget. But like, just to kind of also say that next season is also going to be hinting to next season going to be like shit as well. It's not what the team wants to hear, and off the back of the whole John Elkann thing, it's like you're not helping yourself here, Lewis.
I know. But he's. I know Lewis is that guy. He wears his heart on his sleeve, and he just say exactly what he's feeling, and I get it. But it's just like the fan in you, like the Lewis fan in me, is just kind of like
you're disappointed a bit.
It's like you've seen your hero just kind of say like, "Hey guys, I'm fucking up, man." Man. It's like you saw the last hurrah was 21, and I haven't really got to see Lewis. What I'm saying?
But isn't a part of you like, thinking like, what? At least he's being honest about his clubs. Like you can admire that sort of.
I mean, I like the fact that he's not being deluded and saying stuff like, "Yo, the team's messing me up" and blah blah blah. I mean, I can commend that. However, what is when you just start to really see the battles internally with him right now and where his head's at right now, it's just like, I don't know. This is not really the Lewis I'm used to seeing. And fair play, like he had good moments in the season. Like he's had great moments where I can see he was climbing through the field. When he's in one of the car, I can see he's there. He's got that thing there. But the other moments, it's like they're few and far between for me right now.
You know what's really worrying is that comment about next season, alluding to the fact that Ferrari, he's not liking what he's seeing basically for next season. And what's crazy is the whole, Charles Leclerc management team talking to Aston Martin, trying to get a seat for 2027, which is still within next year's regs. But those two things happening, it's like both of them are basically alluding to the idea of that Ferrari is not going to be competitive. Like, why does Leclerc want to go to Aston Martin? Because he probably sees that this team is not going to move forward. Lewis's comments in Vegas after saying like,
not looking forward to 26.
So it's looking like Ferrari is not looking good for next regs at all. But luckily for them, the next regs just
fortunately, yes,
3 or 4 years.
But I just really hope whatever they're going with next year, I really hope they could just get it together, man. Like, my God.
If I was both of them, try to find a different seat somewhere else. If you can, but it's kind of hard where all the seats are kind of
they're not really
taken.
And right now, I feel like these teams right now are trying to invest in the future, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really think they would go for a Hamilton, but I can see them going for Leclerc. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
Leclerc still has a moment in there, but
his stocks are still high, Leclerc, and he's young and he's still full of so much talent. Like, he's got his whole career still left to go for. Whereas Lewis, you probably get like 2 solid years. Lewis still has it in him to win a championship. No doubt about it. He's got probably around 2 solid years left in him. And in those 2 years, Lewis knows it. Lewis knows it better than anybody else. If he's still got that dog in him. And I do believe he does.
Dog.
And I think if you can leave, but then where do you go? Because Red Bull won't. Isaac Hadjar looks like he's going to take Red Bull's seat.
Yeah, Red Bull have that thing. They take their own, man.
They got Max as well. You're not gonna have Max and Lewis together, which would be sick, but they won't happen.
No.
McLaren possibly, if Piastri wants to leave, then maybe we can see like a poetic end to Lewis.
Oh yeah, back to McLaren. They gave you your first, so they're gonna give you your last. Yeah, it'll be beautiful. But
Aston Martin looks like they're gonna continue with Fernando. I just feel like for one last year.
Yeah.
And then that seat will open up. Looks like Leclerc wants it. Whoever gets it, we don't know what's gonna happen with that seat.
Yeah, true.
But we'll see. I think we just have to assume that Leclerc and Lewis will be there next year for Ferrari, which is probably the case. Oh, well, I don't think it's going to be a good year. But we shall see.
Holding on to my hopium is the only thing. Was just like
Ferrari fan.
Yeah, it's not going to be ground effect in that sense. The way it's going to be a very dominant thing in the car's performance. So I am just hoping that this rare end can really give Lewis and Charles the confidence that they need to really just tear that thing up in the corners, man.
I want to finish the video on our bet of Haas and.
Wait, where was Salva?
With the double DNF, it actually, I think Hulkenberg scored 6 points, but Ocon and Behrman were both in the points too, which kind of did a little bit damage control for you, which means I think you guys are still 4 points ahead of Sauber. I think it's 4 points, 4 or 5 points, but Hulkenberg had a really good race.
Yeah.
Because he extended so long and then he was just on the hards. Because he started off on the hards, able to extend. And then he finished on hards. And I think brilliant tactic. And with the McLaren double DNF, I need something. But you know what? Bortoletto, man, you let me down. That race start was diabolical. He's playing Blade bowling. Did you not see it? Turn one. He didn't even look like he wanted to brake. He just rammed into everybody. And I think I read somewhere that he's gonna have to serve a 5 grid place penalty.
Jeez, man.
And I'm thinking for my bet sake, I was thinking why Bortoletto, man? Don't you know that I've got £50 riding on this? So all my hopes, and I'm just happy that I've got Hulkenberg. A very steady horse. He's reliable.
Yeah.
But the problem is that, Ocon's now getting a little bit into the facing 2 drivers. Hulkenberg needs to.
Yeah, Ocon. Thank you, Ocon. Putting in the work now.
Yeah.
Like Behrman's been carrying this team,
But Behrman,
been carrying it.
It just annoyed me. I was just thinking, like I should win this bet. But all of a sudden, Behrman's having the season of his life out of nowhere. I was like, man, this kid. Where's my kid at?
Right,
but hopefully, it'll be sick if like Bortoletto finishes the season just strong. Salvo wins it, and I get my 50 quid.
Well, we only got 2 races and a sprint, mate. We'll have to see about that.
But yeah, I think that's
it.
Everything we wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
If you haven't already, guys, please like and subscribe, and we shall see you next week.